Well, the Vikings got a few bites of the turducken last week, maybe a little dry for Adam Thielen. This week, they could clinch the division. Let's go. Well, it was a fun win over the Patriots, and now this week, we get another home game against the Jets this time. We're actually favored, though, at least by 3 points, but they're predicting a low-scoring game. You guys feel the same heading into this one?
Yeah, I feel like it's total possibility for that. You got two great defenses going up at it. I just think the Vikings offense has been clicking and on a roll, so I don't really see that happening. I think it's going to be more of like a high 20s, low 30s type of score.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to whose offense is going to be able to figure out the other's defense. But like Alex said, they're both very good defenses, so we'll see what happens.
Do you think the Jets' defense can actually stop our offense?
You know, if it's going to be any, I think the Jets' defense has a great shot. Sauce Gardner has been absolutely amazing this year. He's been one of the best corners in the league, and you know, there's been talks if there was a redraft, he would be the number one pick. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see him versus Jefferson and see, you know, hey, you got a prove it game here as a young player coming up on one of the hottest stars in the league. You know, if he can shut him down, then who can he stop?
That'll be a very good storyline to pay attention to during the game. Sauce v. JJ.
I assume they still double team him, right? Are they going to, because Sauce is so good, they allow him to single coverage?
I think we might see a full-on shadow from Sauce this week.
Wow.
It doesn't shut down our passing game. We still have Hawkinson. He scored a touchdown last week too. We didn't talk about that in our last episode, but he had one, Thielen had one, JJ had one. It's like no matter who's being covered, like Cousins always has targets to throw to, so. And our running game is strong with Cook and Mattison. So,
and honestly, I think our offense works way better when Jefferson is getting double covered because it opens up the rest of the field for other great receivers. And I mean, we saw it last week. Even when double covered, he can still beat him. Like he's just unreal.
I think JJ is so good. Like JJ is so good that like they forget how good our other receivers are, but they're great. So we have a lot of good options on offense.
You can literally double cover JJ and have two guys hitting him while he's in the air, and he'll still catch the ball, is what we saw last week. Unbelievable.
Matter. He's coming down with it.
He's definitely in the running for MVP at this rate, no doubt. I can't believe I just saw Tyreek Hill's ahead of him in yards right now by 1 on the season. And that's crazy. But as it just feels like
Tyreek Hill is ahead of JJ by 1? Is that what you said?
By 1 yard right now, yeah. It just feels like JJ's been running away with it, but he's having a really good season too.
Dolphins.
Speaking of a good season though, Zach Wilson. Oh, no. I don't think any of the Jets fans want him back, right?
I don't think anyone. Yeah, I think they're all riding the Mike White train at this point. They just want to see what he can do. So he's good. He started a few games last year. I don't remember if he was any good last year or not, but this year he started one game and he had like 315 yards or something, no interceptions, had 3 touchdowns. Like see what he does against the Vikings, D. That was against the Bears defense, so.
Yeah, the Vikes D are definitely going to be more of a challenge for him, but we saw it last year. He proved himself many times over, against the Bengals and the Colts last year. He had some really good games, and we'll see if the Vikings have what it takes to slow down the GOAT, Mike White.
Yeah, I think it's weird because they, when you bring up like a backup quarterback, like usually it's the rookies, if they play well, that everyone starts freaking out about and really really like getting behind. And I think Mike White's been in the league for a little while now. He was drafted in like 2018 or something. So it is kind of fun to see him like get his chance finally, Yeah,
he's been good for sure. And definitely from some Jets fans on Twitter and stuff are all on the Mike White train, that's for sure. Let's kind of skip ahead to the Vikings side of things. On the injuries side, is there any concerns that you guys have? Obviously, Andrew Booth Jr. is going to be out possibly for the season. Do we know yet? I know he was having knee surgery, but...
Most likely. it's going to be the rest of the year. And that really hurts. We're at a position we're already so thin at and lack depth that losing the guy just hurts so much right now. So that is definitely not ideal to lose him.
Yeah, for sure. And it's currently says he's listed as questionable, but he'll definitely be out this game without a doubt, I think. And because he had knee surgery this week, I'm pretty sure. So, but speaking of who else may or may not be out, Darrisaw, do you guys think he's going to be back at it this week, or are we going to see Blake Brandel try to put up another performance?
I don't think they're gonna like rush Darrisaw back, only because they haven't really had any issues with him not being in. So,
right.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm willing to wait one more year or 1 week. I'm willing to wait one more week for Darrisaw if it means, you know, he comes back at 100%, not 80, 90%, where, you know, he's at risk for re-injury. I'd much rather take that extra week and make sure he's fully healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you know, they're pretty like cautious now with concussion protocol. So.
Yep.
Or they should be.
Yeah, I mean, the Vikings have proven that they can win even with some injuries. I mean, obviously we lost to Dallas and we had a few injuries there, but overall they've been able to, the backups have held strong, which is good to see. And Caleb Evans, he might be back this week possibly, I think. And Delvin Tomlinson, I think he's probably still out, but could be back. It's possible. I like to see a Caleb Evans out there. He's fun to follow on Twitter too, if nobody does. He's Evans Island, as he's known on there. But I agree with you. I think sitting Darrisaw would be a good thing. Just make sure that he's healthy, and we need him in January. But at the same time, we have to win these games, in my mind, because I would love to get those extra home games for playoffs. It's a huge advantage here in Minnesota, and the bye game would be big, too. Would you guys agree, or do you feel like just get in the playoffs and try to stay healthy and deal with it?
Yeah, making the playoffs is priority number one. Once we're doing that, then we can start looking at that first seed. You know, but we're in a great spot right now. I'm not saying I think we're going to miss the playoffs, but I'm much more concerned of just get in there, make sure we're in there, and then figure it out from there. Do
you guys think we're going to clinch this weekend, Josh?
Yeah, no, I think I was like just bouncing off of what Alex said. Like, I think we're going to, we got to make the playoffs at this point.
Yeah.
We're going to. We could clinch like a playoff berth as early as this weekend. We just need Detroit to lose. So I think the games are at the same time. Detroit, Jacksonville are playing at the same time. We're playing the Jets. So if we win and Detroit loses, then there's only, I think, 5 weeks left of the season. So we'll have clinched the playoffs, because I think the Lions have won 4 right now. So yeah. Nice. So yeah, we just need the Lions to lose this weekend. So switch back and forth between the Vikings game and the Lions game.
Yeah, hopefully the Lions can do what they've been best at the last few years and lose some games for us.
But they've been playing good though, which sucks as a
I
reason.
know.
So,
especially are they at home this weekend? Is it a home game? Because at home they've been really solid, and that's never an easy place to go into. I know we have to go play them yet in Detroit, and that could be a tough game. You never know. But it all starts with this weekend, getting that win against the Jets. Hopefully we secure that one, get clinch the playoffs. What do you guys think is the main key to kind of wrap up here to actually beating the Jets at home on Sunday?
I think first and foremost, it's shutting down their passing attack. Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore both had really good weeks last week against the Bears, and I think the connection's clear right off the bat with those two and Mike White. We saw it last year with Elijah Moore and Mike White, and now we're seeing the rookie really get comfortable with him. So I think limiting them is going to be really important. And I think another interesting storyline to pay attention to is the Jets' backfield, as last week, the guy they just traded for a few weeks back, James Robinson, was a healthy scratch. And we saw Zonovan Knight, forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that right, get 14 carries for 69 yards, where the next highest carries was 6 from Michael Carter. So I think that's going to be really interesting to see if he continues to get that workload. Is this the Jets seeing him as their guy, or was this just a one-off week?
Yeah, I think on our side, on offense, it would just be, I think they're going to try as hard as they can to take JJ out of the game. So I think it's going to be just spreading the ball around. And then as far as the Jets go, yeah, I think we'll see this game, like what's going to happen with Zonovan Knight, and see if he's the real deal too. But Jets fans are, they're hoping for anything. I mean, this season has been kind of like a tease for them. They were winning a lot, and now they're kind of on the downward trend. So I think the Jets fans are looking for anything that'll help them win, and they're gonna be fired up on Sunday.
That's for sure. And so will Vikings fans at home. We've got a lot of snow this week, so hopefully everybody gets to the game safely. Make sure you tune in to us. We'll have some updates for you during the game live on Twitter at Hot Dish Sports. And like, subscribe, comment. We'll answer your questions in our post-game wrap-up that we'll do the day after the game. And Skol Vikes.